Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be going through all the reveals from today's Warhammer Day preview online. In this video you'll see everything revealed today from the online preview. I'm going to be on a mission to try and get it to around 10 minutes, so let's get started, but you will be able to watch more videos later on as I go in a bit deeper, especially for Kill Team. But let's start with Warhammer 40,000 and the Necrons, where we saw a new miniature, Imhotep the Stormlord. This is a plastic version of the miniature, a real all-rounder, and he's going to be armed with the War Scythe, the Gauntlet of Fire, and they did say he is one of many more models to come. Then there's also the Necron Codex. This is the next codex that you can expect, and as usual you're going to see new rules, Crusade content, detachments, and then these are going to give you certain ways to play. That wasn't it for Warhammer 40,000 though, as we also saw a new model and codex for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Meet the Sidonian Scatros, and this is going to be a sniper, so imagine something a little bit like a Vindicare assassin, but less points, and you can take, what, 2 or 3 of them into your army. Pretty weird looking model, got a lot going on here, some very odd stilts, and the idea with this is that they'll want to keep away from the irradiated dunes and also get a good view of the battlefield, and they would play in the lore where they would find a spot, perch there motionless, and then kill the enemy. Going to get some different weapon options. You could go for the Radium Jezzail, this is going to be your anti-character weapon, or the Scatros Transuranic Arquebus, that's going to be taking out some vehicles. And then with the Codex, just like the Necrons, expect more rules, Crusade content, and the detachments, and you're going to get detachment rules, so you can play them in different ways. There we go then, that's the other model for 40k. Now let's head over and have a look at Age of Sigmar, and this is a very nice model. If you're a fan of dragons, you're really going to like this one. It's the return of Ionis Cryptborn, and now this character is a Lord Relictor that came in the very first Age of Sigmar box set. So if you remember that character, now he's on this dragon. He's been on the search for a cure for the reforging of the Stormcast Eternals, didn't find it, but found a dragon instead, and here he is with this ancient looking dragon that's been aged prematurely by hanging out in the realm of death for too long. They come in the Cryptborn Stormwing box set, 3 miniatures altogether, this with 2 of the Storm Drakes. That's the first chance you'll get at picking up this model. You're going to have to buy it as a set, but hopefully it'll be released later on its own. Great to see more dragons, like the black paint scheme. My Stormcast Eternal armies are painted in black, so this is really cool, and certainly an upgrade on the previous model. Here he is, Ionis Cryptborn from that first box set. It's a shame that it's bundled in with some other models, but that could be a good price if you're after some Storm Drakes otherwise, so not bad all round. But if you did only want that one model, you're either going to have to get it with the extra models or wait and get him on his own. Let's stay with Age of Sigmar for a while as we see another new miniature for the Sylvaneth this time, and this is Belthanos, the First Thorn of Kulnoth. And he's armed with the Horn of Kurnoth, and that horn's going to allow you to help other units to run and shoot. He's pretty chunky, this one. He's a beast at 14 wounds with a nice 12-inch move as well. He's going to hit hard, he's going to be fast, and you've got a Lord level Kurnoth Hunter there on top. Size-wise, this Belthanos is going to be slightly bigger than a regular Kurnoth Hunter. He's going to be able to take on monsters and big characters with this model, certainly able to smash through those defensive lines as well. And it looks pretty cool, I think. I think it looks really nice with the blades of Belthanos that they've put together here. It's got some really nice details on the model. But again, you're not going to be able to buy this on its own to start with. You're going to have to get it in that box set, which you can see here. But, you know, that's a nice box set. If you don't have those models already, I don't think you can go wrong with that. That's a really good looking set of miniatures. These are all part of Book 3, The Long Hunt for Dawnbringers. These are going to give you some new rules where you can play the Maw Pit with the Gorgers and Butchers, an entire force of those crazy characters, and also the Flame Seekers are going to get some new rules as well. Now this is what I was really waiting for. It's time to have a look at Kill Team, and I will do a separate video on Kill Team so we can talk a bit more about it. There's no way I can go on about it enough in this 10-minute video, but here we are. We get to see the 2 new factions now that are going to be included, and it's going to be the Space Marine Scouts going up against the Striking Scorpions. I think this was pretty much expected. There's been a lot of talk about this, and I think we knew what was coming. I think if you're a fan of striking scorpions, you've got to love this. A plastic set. There's going to be loads of variety in there and different ways you can build with the arms, different heads, posability. Doesn't seem to be that many different weapons. The Exarch is going to get a choice of the Scorpion Claw, 2 chainswords, or the double-handed chainsword. But for the rest of them, you're looking at chainsword, Manda blasters, pistols, those kind of weapons. Now, we definitely saw this coming. The terrain and the 2 kill teams are going to be sold separately. So you're going to get 2 kill teams at a small amount of terrain in one box, and then you're going to get the kill zone with the board and the terrain in another box. You've got the option to buy just one or buy them both. I'll cover all this in that other video a little bit later on in much more detail. But this is going to be Kill Team Salvation, where you get the 2 kill teams going up against each other for the Space Marine Scouts and the Striking Scorpions. Here you can see Blades of Cain, the Striking Scorpions. You're going to get a set of 10 altogether. You can build them as 2 squads of 5 and then combine them into that one 10 model kill team. Or you can go and mix them up with maybe some Dire Avengers or Howling Banshees. The idea is you choose your Exarch, and then that Exarch would have to be obviously from one of those, and then you can make it up with a mix of the others. Depending whether you go for a mixed aspect or single, you're going to get different bonuses too. Then there's a Scouts squad of 10. You're looking at all sorts of weaponry here. Bolt guns, shotguns, sniper rifles, heavy bolter, rocket launchers. You've got everything there. Chainsword, knife. So loads going on. And if you're into the Scouts, you're looking to get some new ones. Maybe for your 40k army. Then they're going to be available soon. But you'd have to get them with the Striking Scorpions first. And then later on when they're released on their own. If you're thinking about how big they are, compare them with the Neophytes from the Black Templar. That should give you a good idea of the size. The box set is going to give you these few pieces of terrain that you can see on the left. So 5 little pieces maybe. It's not an awful lot. 1 small sprue. I wonder if they'll double down, do 2 of each. We'll have to really wait and see for that. But that's going to be coming with the models. And then you'll buy the kill zone separately. It's kill zone Beta Decima. If you've been following along since the last season, you'll know that Gallowdark has crashed into a planet. It's mostly an ocean planet, so this is a water world type rig. Think of it as a sci-fi oil rig. You're going to get a double-sided board. If you fall in the water, it's deadly, so certainly want to be pushing your enemies in there for sure. And this is everything you're going to get that you can see here. And here are all the models put onto it. I mean, it's probably my least favourite kill zone ever. It just looks so dull. I hate to be negative, but this just looks so boring. But there we go. That's what it is. Again, we're going to talk about it later on. So let's move on and keep going because there's still more to go through. Now let's look at the old world. So a lot of the time actually was devoted to the old world. I'd probably say about a third of the whole online preview went to it. And where does the old world start and where does Cities of Sigmar end? I mean, I really don't know. The two of them could easily have been assembled together. Very odd to have 2 very similar things coming out at the same time. And if you wonder when we're actually going to get to buy the old world, the release is going to be one of the first releases of 2024. There's going to be more info on that later this year. We're also going to see another faction, and that's going to be probably in the November online preview. There's another one in just over a month, so not long to wait there. But today we got to see the Bretonnia range. So let's go through it and have a look at the entire range. It's pretty weird how it's done. You've got some new models like the Duke on Royal Pegasus. This is going to be a new one. You've got some options of building him not as a Duke, but also as a Baron. So you're going to get different heads, different weapons, different ways of putting the Pegasus together. You could also build the kit as a battle standard bearer on Royal Pegasus as well if you wanted to. So certainly lots of options with that kit. Then you've got Knights of the Realm on foot. This is a new kit. You're going to get a flexible kit apparently with lots of options. So you can give them different weapons as you can see here and expect lots of heads, lots of trinkets, things you can add on there and customize them. And this is all playing into the lore and the history of the characters. But the rest of the models now, or nearly all of these models you're going to see here, including these Knights of the Realm, these are going to be returning kits. They're going to be coming as plastic. But some of them are going to be coming as resin. So let's flick through. You can see these ones are coming back. You're going to get the Men-at-Arms as well. So these aren't new at all. These are the old kits. They're calling them, what are they saying? Returning kits. But really, these are the old kits. And this one here, the Field Trebuchet, that's going to be a Forge World resin kit. It used to be metal, now it's coming back as Forge World resin. Then you've got these characters we saw. These are all going to be resin, as is this new model, which is the Handmaiden of the Lady. So a big mix of plastic, resin, old kits, new kits, retooled kits. So lots going on here. Feels a bit messy to me. Don't know what you think, but that's it. We've gone through everything now, and that was pretty much 10 minutes. So happy I could squeeze it all in, and hopefully this has been helpful to if you missed the online preview. Now you know exactly what was included, and I will be doing a separate video for Kill Team so we can have a real deep dive, have a closer look at the operatives, have a look at all the different components and this awful terrain set as well. A massive thank you to my sponsors and supporters for helping me keep going with these daily videos, and a big thank you to you for clicking on their links and checking out what they do. If you're into proper dwarves, you might like Torch and Shield. If solo play with World War II Nazis is your thing, then check out Raybox Games. And then for some whimsical fantasy, you've got Moonstone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what your favourite reveal was down in the comments below. I've got to say I'm not blown away this time. I really look forward to these online previews. Kill Team is probably the most disappointing Kill Team reveal so far since I've been playing. It's a bit of a shame. Nice to get those two sets of models coming out. But yeah, we'll talk about that later anyway. But I do like the new dragon. That's pretty cool for Age of Sigmar. I'd probably have to choose that today, I think. That's a pretty good model. You can never have too many dragons in the army. But I am more interested in hearing what you think, so looking forward to your comments. Thanks again for watching. If you did like the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.